3 weeks.
Range traders unite. Love it.
Yeah, it was really a fantastic trading day. And the reason that it was...
Be real curious to see if they can put in a new high of day here. See if the bulls want to hold for one last time to see if you can get one more little push. Little weakness here. That 20 SMA support sitting at 966. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you want to play zones a little bit more. Yep. Real trading is basically. Because I mean the yeah, I mean real trading. Because the transition for me on the futures has been a little bit more difficult just due to the fact that when it comes to when I'm trading options, let's just use an NQ chart for example. On this particular NQ chart, I've got support sitting here at the 20 SMA. I've got the high of day here. So this chart is obviously bullish. It can pull back and do all it wants. But let's say, for example, you got in short, you know, I don't know, within the last 30 minutes. More than likely, you've been down at some point in time. And if you've been trading, you know, bigger size, it could have, you know, hurt you a little bit. But in this particular situation, well, as long as we're still trading above this 5, 10, 20-day moving average, we haven't taken out these swing lows, it's confident to kind of hold this position here to see if we pop this high of day. That's how I would trade options. I'd hold those options premiums, just hold them until we, you know, show that the change in trend has actually been broken. With Apex, you got to be right on your move. So if you're not right on your move, or if it goes in your favor, comes back, this, that, and the other, you know, that trailing threshold's gonna nip you in the butt. And it's more so just for scalping. It's truly just a scalping platform, and that's how it has to be treated. But like there's been times where I've been in plays on options where, you know, let's say we're trading over the 10-day moving average or something, and I have like the 20 and then the 50 is all sitting right there. Well, I'm going to give it those extra rooms because I want to see, does that actually hold? Does it actually stand, you know, versus having to just get out of my position and not be right on it, you know, because, oh, I can't hold it anymore. So yeah, I get what you mean. You know, of course, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You can kind of see what works. And now, my opinion, I wouldn't like, I wouldn't get away from Apex altogether. Like, let's say you trade where you're using a little bit different entry models, and maybe the 20 plays in there. Maybe it's, you know, this zone, maybe it's this high of day, maybe it's just consolidation, whatever the case may be. You can definitely see if that whole system works as a whole, being able to average down a little bit, being able to kind of ride, you know, losers a little bit longer and add into those positions and watch it come back as long as you're holding, you know, bigger levels of support. And then maybe you just treat Apex where like you get in there one day, or you get in there on a day and you get your scalp play and that's it, right? Versus trading it all day is what I'm saying, right? Because I definitely don't trade the Apex accounts all day. Like I'll rotate through them. Like I'll pull one up and I'm like, okay, this scalp here, I want it. I'll take the scalp. If it's green, that's it. It's done, you know, or I'll take a few of them. Unless I'm trying to pass an eval, I'm you know, taking a bunch of trades on them. But like on the funded, I'm definitely not sitting there from open to close, you know, or from pre-market to close, trying to trade that one particular account where I know all I can really do in there is scalp. I don't really have any other options to do. Like I can't do nothing else other than scalp. So yeah, I mean, I think, you know, having the option of all of them is good. Hmm. Because the way you got to think about it is think about it as a whole system. Think about it as a whole system, right? It's not just a 20 play, right? Because I like, again, the 20 play is just, it's just one setup. It's truly a setup that can be used as a system, but it's just one setup. There's other setups that are going on in the market. You know, there's volume, there's, you know, there's price action, there's reading the tape, there's, you know, using bigger levels of supply and demand on other time frames. You know, there's momentum altogether, right? I mean, today's just been all momentum. So like you kind of have to, you go with this momentum and wait for these pullbacks and wait for them to come off of support and get in on them and build your position up, right? Build into that size with that anticipation and get out of it when it's clearly not there anymore. So, you know, that's the thing. Yeah, putting it the system all together is definitely what you want to strive to do. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you never really want to add to the losers that much. There's a high day break, guys, 992. So yeah, you never really want to add to losers. I mean, when you like when you have when you have a specific level, right? So let's just use this, what's going on right now in price, as the example. let's say, for example, we're still long bias and we want to be in that long position, right? If we want to be in that long position, well, then what's truly our stop? It's got to be one of these prior swing lows. It's got to be the break below this 20 SMA. Now, I'm sure we can find a different level here to use as support, but I'm just using that because that's what's on my chart. Then realistically, why would we want to add to the loser if it's below the 20 SMA, if it's below the prior swing low? That's just stupid at that point in time. But let's say for example, we're still thinking long and it's pulled back and you're negative, but we're still holding those max pain stops, that actual level where if it's broken we could see a change. Well, then why not add down, even though it's a losing position at that point in time, because it's still over your initial level that you're going to use to get out of the trade. You know what I'm saying? That's entirely okay because you're getting a better price. Like, so for example, on this previous 5-minute candle, we pulled back, but we put in a higher low and we bounced right off this 20. So what's the harm in adding to that position? It still hasn't stopped us out. Like, it still hasn't broken the level showing us that it's going down right away. So adding to that position is fine. But let's say we broke a low of 18,950. Then why would we add to that? Because that's telling us it could potentially be coming down to the 40s. So that's the big difference there. That's the big difference. We don't. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, at that point in time, you just got to get. The only thing that comes a little bit difficult with that is when you do have the multiple accounts, it's like fumbling around between which one you're going to trade. That's the problem. But I mean, we can't really get out of that, you know. That's the problem there. But I guess that's a good problem to have. You know, you got multiple accounts where you have the option to take particular trades the way you want to take them versus having to take everything on one sole account and you're trying to trade every which way on one account. So price kind of came up right now and touched my Bollinger Band up here. 18,992 is the high. Again, trend is still to the upside here, but price is definitely getting a little bit weaker. Now we're going to come out of lunchtime in 20 minutes here. We could definitely continue to push highs, or we can get ready to, you know, round this top a little bit and start testing some of these supports. So stay patient here and get like a legitimate setup that aligns with how you guys want to trade. What are we thinking here, guys? What are we thinking here? Got to get a pullback at some point in time, right? But I don't want to be the guy who's trying to short new highs. But the way it feels. I'd like to see a pullback. That's what I would like to see. Bollinger Bands are starting to contract up here a little bit, guys. Could be getting a move coming out here of this lunch hour. Nvidia has definitely been holding the market. Yep. Coin, huh? What's coin doing? A little bit of a rejection here off this Bollinger Band on the NAS, guys. Coin 245 puts. It's kind of been holding that. Talking about the first break of 245-ish, 243, or it's kind of pulled back to that 5-minute 200 all day. Bounced. At first, after the first hour, kind of really came back down, tested 240. That was a good move. Nvidia still looks like it's got some room though. I mean, it's getting a little weak up here. I mean, this stock is up 33% today. I haven't looked at the chart since I got out of my long. Maybe 12. It's still got room to 1205. I could see Nvidia getting to 1205 before this day is over. The stock I'm waiting to wake up is Tesla. I don't know what the hell's wrong with this thing. I mean, it just can't catch anything. Are you referencing that Tesla split to like Nvidia's being split? New high of day here, guys, on the NASDAQ. New high of day. Insane. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be crazy with Nvidia. The thing with Nvidia here, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not going higher. I'm not saying it's not going lower. But they have had, the only thing I am thinking with Nvidia, it's been such an aggressive run, right? It's such an, like, they are running it into the split, and then after split I could see it take a breather, right? I'm not saying come all the way down, but what I'm saying is that it's going to take a breather, just because. But the thing is that just because it comes down to $100 doesn't mean that, oh, it's more affordable, that people can, you know, buy it, and now that's going to make the stock go higher. Because you have to think about everyone, big money, who's been loading on this thing since $400 or $500, right? So in the room, I was talking to one of the guys, and we were kind of watching options flow, and this is months ago. I think it was not the last earnings, but even the earnings before. They were coming in on the option scanner for end of summer, late summer, right? I believe it was like August, September. They were coming in for $1,200 calls religiously. Like, I'm talking big bets: 2.5 million, 5 million, 4 million, 3 million, 1,200, and the stock was trading at 450, 500, right? And we were making like a running joke and saying that, you know, this thing's probably going to hit 800. They're going to cash out, and then the stock's going to come back down. Well, sure as shit, it hit 800. And then we said the same thing at 1,000. And now here it is trading at 1,200, right? So typically big money's never wrong, right? Typically big money's never wrong. And when you're laying down $2, $5, $4, $3 million and out of the money, new highs, guys, out of the money calls like that, you know something, right? You know something. So that could have been with anticipation of, you know, Nvidia doing a split and running it into that number. So it's going to trap a ton of retailers who are going to buy it at 120. Yes, that's my point. So I'm not saying that Nvidia is going to go down. Like, I'm not saying Nvidia is going to go from 120 to 50. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is a lot of people who are kind of, let's call them smaller retailers, right? Like your average everyday retailer, who's waiting for the split because they want to now get excited and buy Nvidia at 120. Well, guess what? You're buying Nvidia at 1,200. You're buying Nvidia at 1,300. Is that where you want to be at? Or do you want to buy Nvidia at 700? Do you want to buy Nvidia at 800? Do you want to buy Nvidia at 900? You know, so do you want to buy at 120 or do you want to buy at 75? You want to buy at 120 or you want to buy at 100? Right? So again, think about it. Smart money is smart for a reason, and that's why retail is dumb money, because while all of smaller players are waiting for that better price, this market's absolutely insane. While all the smaller players are waiting for that better price because now they can afford to buy Nvidia, you're going to get smoked, right? Again, trading is different. Like if we're talking about quick day trade, sure, can we buy Nvidia at 120 and sell this thing at 122, 123 and make some cash? Fine. But if you're someone who wants to buy it, right? Like you want to load this up for your portfolio because you're excited about Nvidia, well, you're buying it at 1,300, 1,200. It's not probably the best opportunity to get in on that. Not the best opportunity. Again, you know, trader mentality versus investing mentality is completely different. But I think a lot of times, retail, you know, slower retail, you know, new retail, gets those two things confused, because they still think that they can buy this at 120, which is aka 1,200, and that it's going to go to $200, right? Which would be Nvidia at 2,000. So, not saying Nvidia can't. Look at what this thing's been doing. I mean, anyone could have bought this at you know, in the beginning of 2023. What an insane push! I mean, we're not even getting a downtick here, guys. We're not even getting a downtick. This market's absolutely insane. I mean, literally, you could have bought anywhere and just held on. The problem with trading is that you tell yourself that buy anywhere and hold on, and the moment you click the buy button is the moment it pulls back 20 points, right? And then you sell out of it, and then that's the moment it goes up another 20. Trading's a difficult game. Difficult game on the emotions. Currently up 300 points on the NASDAQ. Yeah, exactly. And that's what's going to get a lot of people hurt is that when they look at it and they tell themselves that, they tell themselves, well, do I want to buy AMD or do I want to buy Nvidia? They're both around the same. I'm going to go with Nvidia. The only thing is that when AMD pulls back, $2 or $1 on a pullback day, on $3 on a pullback day, Nvidia will pull back, 5, 6, 7, 8. AMD's price has been fixed at that level. Nvidia's price is new to this level at 1200. It's not like Nvidia's been trading between 1,000 and 1,200 for 2 years or for a year. It just got there. So don't buy at the top. That's all I'm saying. Trade it all you want. Yeah, trade it all you want, but don't buy and hold. What a day, huh? What a day. What a day. Yeah, I've actually got a little AMD myself on a personal account. I just kind of pump a little bit of cash into it at one point. I trade Nvidia, I hold AMD. Just because I've always felt like the returns on the trading, yeah, I mean, for a long term, yeah, I mean, if we would have all bought this thing at, what was it in 2022, 2023? I mean, if we would have bought this thing $200-300, it'd be up $1,000 a share. Insane. I've got rising support on a 5-minute time frame on the Nasdaq at 1900. I've got it at 993, and I've got it in the 80s. So 90s, 80s. PLTR, no, stay away from that. I mean, maybe. I mean, like again, I'm not that kind of a trader. Like I've never been the type of trader that tries to find those value stocks or tries to find those growth stocks or potential stocks and buy them low and hopes of selling them later. I normally only trade mega caps. I don't have. It's not that you can't make money in those things. It's just I've seen too many people get burned holding for extended periods of time, and it's too slow for me. Like as a trader, I need my capital to make money, so I can't have 20%, 30% of my capital tied up into a play in hopes that it's going to finally do something. What is the real play here on Nasdaq, guys? What's the play here? I have a hard time chasing this thing up 300. Anyone who's been short is definitely squeezed. So that's why we've seen such aggressiveness once we've cleared out a lot of this supply. Is that a lot of shorts have been squeezed out of their positions, forcing those stops, especially people who have been short the past couple of days in the overall markets. And again, you guys have to think about this. Those of you guys who solely just trade futures, yes, you're trading the Nasdaq 100. So when I talk about people getting squeezed, I'm not talking about traders who are holding NAS overnight necessarily. I'm talking about people who, we're shorting Microsoft, we're shorting, Nvidia, we're shorting, and Nvidia being the big one, shorting Apple. When they start to get squeezed out of their positions, well, guess what happens to those stock prices? They rise. And what's going to happen to the Nasdaq 100? It's going to rise. So I definitely recommend a lot of you guys who are trading futures. I'm not saying you guys have to track the whole Nasdaq 100, but at least the big dogs, right? So your Apple, Meta, Nvidia, of course, Microsoft. Track them. On a daily basis. You want to see what those guys are doing, because a lot of times if those stocks are correlating together, you can definitely get a good read for the market, right? But again, the last couple of days, the market has been a little disconnected as far as the NAS. So yesterday, Apple and was it Meta? Meta had some good, or yeah, Apple Meta had some good days, but then you had some other things pulling back yesterday. So a little bit of disconnect in between some of those bigger tech stocks. And again, just kind of looking at the Nasdaq here, anyone who's trying to short this top here, you're going to get squeezed again. So as these stops get ran on people who are trying to time this top, this is going to put in a new high, right? And that's been the theme all day. So I understand it's hard to chase and keep buying at 305 up on the day, up 305, but you have to understand what's going on in the market. Trying to time this top because you want to catch that 50-point flush is just not going to happen if they just keep buying this up, right? That's what's forcing these slow grinding new highs, which we're about to put in another one. So your best bet is to kind of wait for these little pullbacks and then buy that dip on it until it doesn't work, until you finally see the sellers have some type of momentum. But the sellers have no momentum today. We have not lost the 20-day moving average on a 5-minute time frame since pretty much off the open. Nasdaq's about 15 or so points from all-time highs. 19,023 all-time highs here. You have to think maybe they try to reach for that liquidity. Getting a lot of traders out there hitting daily loss limit, guys, on the Top Step platform. And what that is coming from is, you know, and I can attest to that because I hit mine early in the day, is trying to predict where price is going. So we're really not getting a good read on the market. You know, you're seeing traders not get a good read on the market because if you're not buying into the continuous push and push higher, you're looking for maybe the start of the pullback and getting short, and then it's shaking you out. You're looking for that new high to get in and just catch a little bit of a bounce or a little bit of a back test, and it's not doing that. You know, or you're getting in on a pull, like a mini pullback, and then you're trying to go long, and then it pulls back a little bit more, stops you out, and then goes long again. Very, very tough to trade these super hard trending days, because no matter which way you try to go, unless you're playing size small enough to you can kind of withstand, you know, some of the range here, and some of the choppiness action that happens on a candle by candle basis, is you're going to get stopped out and the move's going to continue to go in that overall trend. So little tough. So we're very close here to these all-time highs. Definitely getting a lot of these short guys. Also, here's another thing that I'm going to be doing going forward on my limit accounts, is setting a daily loss limit for myself, like a hard one that is below what's allowed, and it's probably going to be cut in half. So instead of 1,000, it'll be 500. So at least if I have, you know, if I have two back-to-back blowout days with bad reads, it's better than having it on one, right? So I'm kind of spreading out my probabilities to hit that while protecting the balance a little bit better. That's something I also definitely recommend a lot of you traders out there who are trading on on prop, whether you're in the funded stage or in evaluation stage, you know, come up with your own personal daily loss limit and actually stick to it. Some of these platforms, you can set it up. You can set it up to where the system will automatically liquidate you, and other ones maybe you can't, but you have to. That's where a little bit more discipline is going to have to come into play. For Apex, yeah, I use Ninja Trader 8, and for Top Step, I'm on the X platform. I focus a little bit more on Top Step, but how does Top Step copy account work? Do we have to pass the challenge for every account, or can we copy transaction? Yeah, you can copy them from one to another. I never trade the Dow. Nothing wrong with it. I just don't trade it. I come from trading options, so majority, a lot of my time was spent in the Qs, which is the Nasdaq 100, and trading, you know, the Teslas, Apples, Nvidias of the world. So I always watch that indice. So naturally, when I gravitated over towards futures, I just stayed with that indice. But the Nasdaq is definitely the wild, wild west. This thing, um, it definitely can whip you around if you're not used to it. But yeah, I know there's a lot of guys. You know, again, you know, I know guys who trade Dow, S&Ps, Nasdaq, gold, crude. I would definitely, you know, stick to maybe it's just a couple. I wouldn't want to spread yourself too thin, and always look for opportunities in, you know, gold and oil and Nasdaq. You know, kind of pick maybe one or two, right? And really focus on those markets. Guys, I'm going to try a little bit of a short position here. Again, do not tail me. I've been having the wrong read of the market all day. But I'm going to use 1921 as a stop. Or probably closer to 1922, 1923, and give it a point or two over. I'm going to see if I can catch just a little bit of a pullback here. Again, this is kind of what got me into trouble early in the morning. Or it's not looking good. Again, we got that. We do have those all-time highs on the NAS at 1923. So that's why I kind of want to keep my stop just maybe a point or two over that. Just a point or two over that to see if they sweep that liquidity at that 1923 to see, you know, what's up there, to at least test it and then see if I can catch a pullback. But again, the way that the market has been running, yeah, you know, look out, right? Because I got the Bollinger Band starting to expand all the way up to 19,096. So well, I mean, this market's wild. It could definitely continue to run. Definitely continue to run. Yeah, Nvidia is a monster. Nvidia is an absolute monster. I had a level, right? I had a level because every day I kind of put these levels in here in the watch list. What was my level? I was looking at a Nvidia 1158 long, right? 1158 long. Now, obviously today we opened up over that. So how I normally typically play that is, you know, if that was the pivot at 1158, if pre-market takes that out, I wait for pre-market highs to get confirmed, right? By breaking 1158 or the new high price, right? Over 1158. And once that new high price gets taken out, then go in on the confirmation. I did that just a little bit late. Like I got in, you know, closer to the 90s, but there was still potential and room. It took it for a very small scalp. I think I made like 400 bucks on the trade. But geez, if I would have just held that all, like essentially held that, I would have been, you know, I would have been really sitting pretty. We're getting a little bit of this break here again. This 1921 is still holding as a high here. I'm looking to see like some type of significant pullback for what the market is giving us today. Current positions up a little bit here. Again, nothing more than an eval, but I do have room down to 1900. I mean 19,000. So I want to see if we can tag 19,000. Right? If we can tag 19,000, more than likely I'll probably get out of this position. I kind of move my stop into profit a little bit here. Again, because this is an eval, I'm letting it float a little bit more than I would if it was a live account. So I do not trade evals the same way that I trade funded accounts at all. I will let them ride a little bit longer, and I will trade them a lot more heavier size. So as we're coming into this 19,000 here, see if we get this little bit of a sweep here. There it is. So I'm out of that position, guys. Again, I have to be transparent, because if I'm not transparent and I just, you know, it will screw everyone's shit up. When I trade evaluation accounts, when I trade combine accounts, I trade heavy size. 5 minis, 10 minis. That's stupid. Yeah, it's 100% stupid if it's live money. It's 100% stupid if it's a funded account. It's 100% stupid when you have the trailing drawdown on Apex and this thing can go, you know, up, down $500, $1,000 and then stop you out, right? 100% stupid. Big asterisk next to what I'm saying. I do not trade funded accounts the same way that I trade evaluations. I trade evaluations for what they are, an evaluation. Meaning, Right now, with the 90% off sale that Apex seems to never end, a 50K account cost me $18 and something cents. I look at that account as an $18 trade. Okay, so if I blow it in one trade, if I blow it in one day, I lost $18. There's no sweat off my back for losing $18. If I pass it in one day, if I pass it in 1 week, great. Now let's get to business, like to real business. We're getting a pullback here below this 20 SMA. Below the 20 SMA, I've got room down to a fib level at 18,952. I've also got room down to the Bollinger Band. So getting back to what I'm saying here, whoops. Getting back to what I'm saying, let me just make sure all of them accounts are closed. So getting back to what I'm saying here is, I put on heavy size here at this high. Could they have continued to squeeze out these people who are trying to top tick and top pick the highs? 1000%. But if we did not break the previous all-time high NASDAQ price of 23s, then I was going to sit there and hold this position. Now, I played aggressive size, one trade past this evaluation. So now we can talk about getting busy on funded accounts. That makes 3 evaluations pass today. But this one here, I want to bring up the stats if I ever pull it up. If I can pull it up, and I want to try to show it to you guys. Give me a second here. So this. Can't do it because I have this set up wrong. But anyways, let me just give you guys the stats here. So it was a $3,300 trade. It was one trade. I went short at the high. It was 10 contracts. The trade time was 10 minutes. And that's it. That's all it was. So again, evaluation account, does it mean anything? No. Doesn't mean anything until I get into the funded stages and you start, trading this the way it should really be traded, and then you actually take a payout on it, right? And that evaluations don't mean shit. So for a lot of you guys out there who are, stuck in evaluation phases or whatever, just, treat the evaluations as, whether it takes through 30 days to pass it or it takes you one trade to pass it, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Treat the evaluation for what it's worth. If it costs you $18 to buy one, treat the whole evaluation as an $18 risk. Right? So whether that risk lasts you 30 days or whether that risk lasts you 1 day, it was $18 to get into the trade. I tell a lot of people myself, if I enter into, let's say, an options play and I take 10 options contracts on Tesla and it costs me $2,000 to get into the trade, well, if I'm wrong, I'm going to at least lose, based on my risk, what I like to risk on these trades, I'm probably going to lose, between $200 to $400 on that potential trade. So how many evaluations is that can I fit in there between $200 and $400, right? And that's just on one trade. So you do have multiple opportunities to try to pass these things with looking at it that way, in that sense. Now, again, once you get to the funded stage, you can't do this kind of stupidity, right? You can't do that, putting on 10 contracts and hoping that the trade goes down, hoping that you caught the top, hoping that you caught the bottom. It's just not going to be sustainable. You might get lucky once, you might get lucky twice, but the time you're wrong, you're going to lose the account. So you have to go down, and I don't really recommend on a funded account of $50,000 size if you don't have like a cushion, right? If you're not over like at least $3,000 in profits on that account, I don't really recommend trading more than 1 mini. I believe you should probably trade more so on the 3 to 5 micro side of things, but that will keep you in the game and keep you in business. Even if you do hit your max daily personal loss limit, right? Which I believe everyone should have set forth for themselves. So like in a funded account, as of late. You know, I need to take my own medicine and practice more what I preach. But as of late, my daily loss limit has been $1,000. I'm looking to cut that down to 500, right? Now, again, because my win rate on the way that I trade is a little higher, right? I'm hitting closer to 68, 70% winning days, not winning trades, but winning days at around 68 to 72% on those funded accounts. You know, I might string together 3 or 4 days in a row, and then it's like one day. But again, remember, if you have 1 day of a max loss, it's going to give back about 2 to 3 days, because my average winning day is around $400. So I'm operating at a little bit of a negative risk to reward on my winning days to losing days. So how I'm going to try to fix that is by cutting that maximum daily loss limit to 500. If I'm going to average 300 to 400 and I lose 500, then sure, only 1 more day puts me back into the positive, right? So instead of it taking out 2 days, you know, potentially 3, it's only going to wipe out 1. That's going to be a little bit more sustainable. Again, there is days, there's outliers. I've had 2 days in the past week where I've hit $1,000 profit, but again, those days aren't every day. You know, it's not every day. I've been trading futures for about 3 years. I've been trading prop firms since what is this, 24? Since 22. I started with Top Step. I still have Top Step. I've recently started trading Apex as of last year. I like the idea of the 20 accounts. I've never had 20 accounts at one time. The most I've had at one time with Apex was 7. Took some payouts on those 7. I lost those accounts. I've restarted them again. Now back up to 5 on Apex. I have a hard time though. I have a hard time with Apex because it's very gamified to me. I've mentioned this before, but it's extremely gamified to me. The way that the platform, the way that the company is set up, the rules that they have, it's very gamified. Am I saying that the rules that they have are bad? No, because it's their company. They can do whatever they want, and we can just follow the rules the way that we need to follow the rules. But it's just more gamified to me. And that's a mental thing. That's a mental thing for me. I take Top Step a little bit more serious because I feel like it's a little bit more serious of a company outline. Whether that's true or not, again, it's a mental thing. It's just my opinion. There is no right or wrong opinion, right? Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got them. You can say that Top Step sucks. You can say that Apex sucks. You can say that this other company I've never heard of is the greatest. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really mean anything to me anyways. So we got this pullback right into this rising 20-day moving average. Now we've tested it 1, 2, 3 times in the past hour and a half. Each of those 3 times it's bounced. If we do confirm the previous low, right? If we do confirm the previous low on this 5-minute chart, maybe there's potential to kind of come down a little bit more. Okay, maybe there's potential, but again, it would need to confirm 18,977. If it doesn't confirm 18,977, then this is your bounce opportunity. If you're looking to ride this trend, this is your bounce opportunity. And you use the previous 5-minute candle as a stop. If you do get stopped out on it, it's not your fault. It's not like you did anything wrong. You're going with the trend, right? So if it invalidates the trend, then all you can do is take your medicine and take it on the chin. But if you're looking for the better buy, if you're the type of trader that says, oh, I can't see myself buying it up here at all-time highs, then you're waiting for the pullback, and here's your pullback. So depending on the type of trader that you are, again, I always say if you're trading on Apex, you need to treat it as a scalping account. So if you did buy it off this 20 SMA, you're up 10 points now. You should be looking to take profits. You should be looking absolutely 100% to take profits, and not tell yourself, well, it's coming all the way up and it's going to take out all-time highs. No, that's stupid. If you're trading small, maybe 1 to 3 micro contracts, then sure, maybe you can just inch your stop loss up into profit and just let it ride, and maybe it does hit these all-time highs. Do you see how that works? So again, identify the type of trade that you're looking for here, and make sure that you're actually playing that trade the way that it's designed to be played. So if it's a scalp, well then shit, you should be out. If it's something that you're looking to test all-time highs, well then maybe move your stop loss to break even, right? Or keep it at the same. Like, you know, if you initially entered this trade with using a prior 5-minute candle low as a stop, or any closure below the 20 SMA as a stop, well then keep it that way, but allow yourself to actually let the trade work out. That's the only thing I kind of do have a problem with a lot of traders. I don't feel like when they get into trades, they know exactly what the hell they're doing. Meaning that, what are you looking for? Is that plan well defined? You know, is it a scalp, or is it like, are you taking the long because it's a scalp, or are you taking a long because it's a retest of all-time highs? Which one is it? Can you answer that question, right? If you can't answer that question, then you don't know what the hell you're doing. You need to get out of the trade right now, because you're going to get smoked, because you're not going to know when to take the profits. You're not going to know when it's hitting your TP. You're not going to know any of that stuff, right? Anytime you get into a trade, you should be able to be asked, what's your stop loss, and have that number or that zone, right? Depending on if you're playing a zone or you're playing a hard number. What's that zone? What's that number? What's your take profit? Are you going to hold the runner? Yes or no? If you're going to hold the runner, what's your next take profit? If you can't answer those questions, you don't deserve to be taking the trade, because then you're just taking a trade for solely clicking buttons and taking a trade. It's just like on the short position. I had a clear number where I wanted to get out. It was the NASDAQ all-time highs, right? Right above 1921. I was looking for 1923, 1924. It was going to give it 2 or 3 points. What was I looking for? The zone of the 20 SMA. And as it came into the zone of the 20 SMA, I took my profits. Now it flushed from my exit another 10 points, but that wasn't my trade. My trade idea was, as long as we stayed below the high of day, I wanted to take this down into the rising 20 SMA. And again, so many opportunities since that opening 30 to 40 minutes where I actually got cooked, that it would have made money. And that's what's going to piss me off. That's what's going to have to go into my journal today. And for some of you guys who have joined late to the stream, I'm putting a hard rule on myself that I'm not going to take any trades within the first 30 minutes. And I'm going to really look for my trades after the first 30 minutes and that first hour. So the initial balance, right? Initial balance is the first hour of the market. So from 9:30 to 10:30. I'm in California, so from 6:30 to 7:30, I'm going to take this initial balance range, which is this gray box you see here, and I'm looking for trend days that break out of initial balance, kind of hold it, and then continue. And I'm going to stay with the long-sided bias until we get super extended like this, and then look for a high. Now that doesn't mean putting in a high and trying to short, I need some type of serious extension from the initial balance, right? Or I'm going to look for a sweep of initial balance highs or lows, and then look for a pullback into the middle of the range, and I'll take that short. A sweep of the lows, look for a bounce, and I'll take that long. Make sense? So those trades tend to work better for me after the first 30 minutes, after the first hour. The trades within the first 30 minutes that I have taken that I'm successful on, it always feels like I'm getting lucky. And I don't like feeling like I'm getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? So the range is too wide. It's too volatile. The market hasn't figured itself out yet. I don't like that feeling. Nvidia is up $11 since 1200. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Guys, did anyone take the bounce here? Did anyone take this bounce? If your trade plan when you got into this trade was to get a retest of the highs, you should be looking to take some profits here. If you are looking for a new high of day, then it would also be okay to take some profits here and hold the runner and move your stop loss into profit. It would be, yeah. Like, let's say, for example, we kind of sweep or we wick above here, and then you see some selling pressure, and you see that inverse hammer candle starting to form. Potentially, if the next candle confirms the lows of this one, that could be seen as a little bit of a double top short term, and that potentially could be played into some of the lower levels of support. Some of these lower levels of support that I have is around 19,000. The next one would be around 18,992. So those could potentially be profit taking zones. I think the bigger overall trend change would be below the 5-minute 20 SMA. There's a bigger gap to be filled there into the rising Bollinger Band, and that would be a price of 18,990s into the 50s. So that potentially could be a nice short setup as well if you don't take a potential double top. Again, I say potential because we've yet to see. As of right now, we're kind of just testing this high here, and this could completely put in a new high. I think that between now and the time the market closes, we might see a pullback. Doesn't mean that we're gonna see a 200-point pullback, right? I'm not saying that, but you could see a 30, 40, 50, 60-point pullback. And I would think that that trend would start below the 20 SMA. So for me, as long as price is trading over the 20 SMA, it is definitely more bullish and a buy the dip opportunity. New high was put in. All-time highs on NASDAQ just got put in as well. So I'm going to see it. We're going to probably see a little spike here as they clean this up and they put in that high. So as far as a double top, maybe we would need to see like a little bit of a blow off here, and that would mean a long wick and a good red candle close. And that could be a blow off, and you can use the high as a max pain stop loss. You'd have to adjust your position size to be able to withstand that. But I'll tell you that I wouldn't be interested in trying to short here at the new high of day. little bit of weakness here. Again, if you're a scalper and you want to take this weakness, 19,026 has to be your stop. That's got to be your stop. You're looking to take profits into the previous 5-minute low or the middle of the candle before that. So again, right now, as it's sweeping down into this 20 SMA, you should have locked in some profits. Doesn't mean that this market's going to roll all the way over. The new setup would be a closure below the 20 SMA, and then, you know, maybe confirm that and then start building down here towards, you know, what would that be, 18,950s. But again, that could be a little bit far-fetched, but that would be the overall scenario. Because I know there's a lot of you guys out there right now who are trying to read price in real time, meaning you're trying to anticipate that short, get in, get some money and keep it going, keep it going. Guys, if you're doing that kind of shit, make sure that when you're right and if the P&L starts to go green, you got to take those profits. You don't want to get trapped, right? You don't want to get trapped. I'm gonna adjust this to the new high of day. So now this fib that I have, that I've been kind of adjusting from the high of day to overnight session lows, it's bringing up this retracement to around 18,957, which we can see here. We had a bounce here, we had a bounce here, we had a bounce here. So it's actually moved it up now to a pretty firm level of prior support, which would tell me if we get below the 20 SMA and we get a setup, maybe we take profits into 950s. If there's something catastrophic that happens where the market has a deeper pullback than that, then I could see us pulling all the way back into this initial balance. That's a good job, Melissa. Great job. The whole thing here is to just stay patient, right? That's the whole thing. Guys, again, these fucking bots that keep joining the Discord's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I just joined my own Discord twice. Like, come on, man. Like, how the hell do they even find the Discord? I don't get it. Those of you guys who are on YouTube, if you know how to get into my Discord without coming through my website first, can you please let me know that loophole? Because I'm tired of having to fucking ban these bots. This is insane. Absolutely insane. And it's probably something stupid. I probably have a link to the Discord somewhere posted that I don't know about. But please let me know that. I'm tired of moderating it that closely. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. That's why I'm debating starting another eval and just going short here. I shorted the last little pullback into the 20 and passed an eval. I'm debating on doing it again. Disable invite people button. How the hell do I do that? Zeke, how do I do that? Disable invite people. That's probably what it is. Disable, it's probably in the settings somewhere. I'll have to mess around with that after the close. How the heck do I do that? Gotcha. I'm gonna check that out because that could be what it is. These bots could have that invite link and they could just be duplicating it. Thank you. Let's see if we can get it to 10 votes at least. Let's get it to 10 votes at least, and then I'll make the decision from there. At least 10, guys. I guess we could do something fun, depending on the amount of votes we get. We could do something fun here if we do get 10. Two more votes, and we could see. Zeke, just have it ready to go, buddy. I've got one ready to go just in case. We've got 10 at 11 at 73% say yes, start a new one, 27% say no. So the 27% of you people that said no are the smart ones. The 73% of you people who told me to start a new one, I'm just going to run Apex. The 73% of you who want me to start another one are degenerate gamblers. I like it. So I've got one ready to go that I just purchased. I'm going to give Apex enough time to activate it. Hopefully we can get a little bit of a setup here. But what we're going to do in the meantime, while this gets ready, I'm going to see, you know, because the chat is always right? And it's not just my chat, but it's, you know, I look around at other streamers. I've looked at Top Steps chat room. Chat always seems to be right 99% of the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather opinions. I'm going to gather opinions here, and we're going to take a trade based on what the majority wants to do, whether that's go long or short, and we're going to see if we can pass this here. We're going to see if we can pass it today. And if I pass it, I'll send you guys enough money to buy a 50K Evo with Apex. We can do that. I'll send one lucky person money to do it. Oh, I'll post it for you right now in Discord. I have to pull it up. Let me see. I really never promote the 9, yeah, the 9 would have been good for a day like today on a super trending day. So the 9 EMA I used to use a lot for hard trending days. I've more so switched over to the 20 SMA just because it gives me a little bit more concrete level, I feel like. And I've had more success with it, you know, when days are a little bit more choppy. It doesn't tend to get traded over, under, over, under, over, under. But yeah, I mean, you could definitely use a 9. Same concept, same rules apply. I don't even know how to find my affiliate link. Oh, let's see here. Here it is. Yes, sir. Yeah, I've got a bunch of videos on there. Again, I know I've got a lot of content and stuff, a lot of videos going over it, over like general setups on YouTube, but like in the Discord, I have like my other lessons kind of go over more components of it, right? Like, because the 20 SMA is just one piece of the component. Now, again, you can just trade it. You can just trade that system, but there's definitely some other confluences that I do look at for that point in time. I do look at them. So yeah, and those lessons are in there. Whoops. 1200 just popped on what, Nvidia? What happened? Huh? What? Nvidia had 165 and hash rates by what? Oh, that's an old message. Wait, what? I'm gonna end the poll here because we'll do it. I need another monitor. I'm running 3, but I have so many charts and other stuff, Discord and stuff on here. I need one more monitor. I think I need to go to 4. One just for the YouTube chat, because I hate having to go back and forth. Wayne at 250 just took some. I feel like that was the same message you said earlier. You took it again? What the heck's going on here with my chat? Wayne at 250 took some 245 puts. So yeah, let's check it out. Why are we taking the puts at 250? Because of this, because of these highs up here? This looks bullish though. So we're saying that this 250 70s, 250 60s is going to hold. That's what you're saying. You got downwards pressure here on a Bollinger Band, so I can see that. But if this pops, it's got room to 254. Not saying that it's going to 254 today, but it does have room to pop. This looks very bullish. The daily chart is on a full breakout with the hammer candle. Why are we taking it short? I just want to know the thought process. It's almost like we're anticipating a rejection here and hoping that it comes back down. I just like to have a better understanding. Maybe you see something I don't. We're pushing highs again. Yes. Who wanted to short this high? What was it? Who wanted to short this? Are you still in here? Bullish bombshell? What are we thinking here? It's absolute runaway train here. Hour candle after hour candle after hour candle after hour candle continues to push higher. You would have to imagine this has to pull back at some point in time. Could be wrong. Let's see if that account is activated. Come on. We're good to go, guys. We're good to go. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking here? This has got to pull back. We're 10 points off the highs, right? 10 points off the highs. I do have support at 910. I've got support at 903. I'd realistically like to see this lose 19,000s. You know, anything above 19,000s, this thing can still keep drifting higher a little bit here, but no, 12 points off the highs. I want to short it so bad here, but I feel like if I short it here, I'm shorting right into demand, and they're gonna pop this against me. Let's see here. Let's adjust this real quick. Every little pullback keeps getting bought up. Not ready yet. It's not ready yet. I'm not comfortable taking a high of day. What size are we gonna run for this new eval, guys? We're gonna do 5 contracts, we're gonna do 10, we're gonna do 1. What are we gonna do? We're gonna play it smart, or are we gonna go for broke? Got room on a bully band all the way to 33s if they do pop it. New poll here, guys. New poll. Let's get 10 votes and then let's get this cracking. We'll aggressively look for a setup after that. I agree. We are approaching this new evaluation as a we're approaching this new evaluation as an $18 risk. Let's call it $20, right? It costs 18 bucks and some change with a 90% off sale. We're gonna take this as a total risk of $20. Let's get 10 votes and then I'm gonna take the highest vote and that'll be the position size. Three more votes. 1 mini and 5 mini seems to be the sweet spot for you guys. Let's see if we have anything else coming in the next 3 votes. Who's going to be the determining factor here? At 9 votes, 1 mini and 5 minis are tied. That next vote coming in should sway. One mini. Ooh, it's back down. Someone took their vote off. So 10 votes. 50% of you guys want 1 mini contract. 40% of you guys wanted 5. 10% of you guys wanted 10. Got smart with the risk management here. So we're coming down. So here's I'll do the 1 mini contract. What I'll be looking for here is a break of high a day, 19,028 for a long. I'll be looking for a 20 SMA play below 19,005. That'll be what I'm looking for. I'm not really interested in trading anything in between here, although that bounce spot off that 20 probably was the most legit spot to kind of take. I'm thinking about rocking a 10-point take profit on this. At least we can get $200 off a trade, and I think we can run it from there. And if it stalls out, you know, let's say I'm in a position and it's starting to stall out, you know, around 6-7 points, I might just take things early. As far as a stop loss, it's probably going to be, you know, some type of bigger zone here because of the range, right? If I'm going to take a 10-point take profit, I don't feel comfortable running a 10-point stop loss if it's in the middle of a range, right? I don't want to get stopped off to see my trade go in the right direction. So we're going to kind of play this one, as I said, as a full, you know, $20 risk, this account. We're using Apex. We're using a $50,000 account. We got $25,000 or $2,500 worth of drawdown. I've got 30 minutes to the short side. Nice. What size account do you play on? 250? Trade day, open the 14-day trial to look at doing features. Yeah, I don't really trade Forex though, that's the thing. So it really wouldn't be that beneficial for me. Yeah, sizing's new. Yeah, I don't mess with that stuff. I just keep it simple, you know. Stick to what I know. Oh, trade day is futures. Oh, are you coming from Forex? If you're coming from Forex, yeah, I could definitely see how pips and points and ticks is all new, you know. Just be careful. Over here on the future side of things, these things move a lot faster. Again, but I mean, if you've been trading, you know, metals and Forex, I mean, or you've been trading pairs, I mean, I don't know. For me, I've always, you know, the Forex markets move a lot slower. Like I've heard of guys who trade Forex and they talk about the US 30 being fast. It's like US 30 is not fast. You know, NASDAQ's fast. Let's see what we can get here. Everyone cool with that? Everyone cool with a new high of daybreak long or a break below the 20 SMA and getting that confirmed for the short? Let's see what we got. So far, what it's looking like, pull back into this rising 20 SMA that continues to get bounced. So it's continued to get bounced here since 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're currently at 11 o'clock. So for the past 2 hours, it's bounced. So my thought process has to be, right? And again, like as stated from the opening of the market, I did not read the market well. So I was wrong a lot of the times. I didn't start reading the market right until after the first hour and I seen the trend develop. And then I was able to pass a couple evals, so forth and so forth. And here we are still doing the same shit. So with that being said, I would imagine the way I'm reading price is that if we do finally start to break down below the 20 SMA, that maybe that's going to be the start of a little bit of that pullback that a lot of these people who are trying to short the top are looking for, right? Or I can see us breaking the high of day and potentially putting in that next little push, that next little run up, right? Everything else in between is kind of like, I don't really have an edge there based on how I read the markets, how I see things. I don't really have an edge. You know, the only other thing that I would have considered doing was doing what Bombshell did and trying to short this top into demand, but I would have personally already covered. Or it would have been to try to snag that quick scalp off the 20 SMA, right? For a little bit of a bounce. And again, I would have been out. So now I have to wait for that new one. Off the 200 moving average, what time frame are you looking at and what are you looking at? The 200 for me on the NASDAQ is way irrelevant on a 5-minute time frame. Are you talking about your gold though? Maybe you're talking about your gold. Oh shit, let me change the size. All right, so I've got one. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's the thing with you Forex guys. You guys love that 4 hour. You guys love that 4 hour and you love those big like demand zones, big supply zones, you know, 200 or 50s or off the 4 hour. I get it. It just, I don't have the patience for that shit. I don't have the patience for waiting for it to get there. I don't have you only get a few setups. Like it's just never been the way that I trade. I come from a completely different space. Oh, hopefully so. Bombshell, let's see if we can get something good here. Two minutes before this candle closes, I'd love to see this candle close below the 20 and then get that confirmation. If it closes here at the 20, guys, If it closes here at the 20 and not below, and the next candle confirms the wash of the 20, I will jump that early. Okay. Preferably, I'd like to see it close below the 20, but not too much. Like, I don't want it to close below the 20 and wash out 40 points on me. I want it to close just a little bit here. Little bit here. But if it holds the 20 and the next candle confirms, I will take that. $30 seconds here for the new candle. $10 seconds. I'm looking for a little bounce here and then a rejection and then that continuation flush. So a little bounce here into maybe 915s, reject and come back down through these lows, and then I'll take that short. If history repeats itself, this market puts in a new high, then we'll be ready for the long over 1928. I'm more interested in the short though. $9.15s, I'd like to see us in that range. Get rejected and then come back down. Let's see. Come on. Oversold on every time frame. We're never oversold. Never overbought. Yo. What up, man? What up? Ooh. Market just doesn't want to go down today, man. Jeez. I mean, this fucking market. Jeez, I know. Yeah, tell me about it. This thing is just screaming. Everyone, I knew they were gonna run fucking Nvidia up, dude, into this split. I knew it. I should have just went with my gut yesterday and bought that damn swing and just held on for dear life. Like, I caught it for such a small fucking scalp below 1200 and sold out, and this thing is just, I mean, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, that's exactly what it's been doing the past couple hours. Come down into this 20, kind of sweep it, and then put in a new high. Sweep the 20, put in a new high. I don't know. I'm looking for honestly this confirmation of the 20 play to like get down below, and let's see this thing start to roll over a little bit. Or I'm gonna take a scalp on a high of day break again. Yeah, but again, I'm only playing evals now at this point. I'm not dicking around with real money at this rate. God, dude, man, I tried to take a sweep of the highs, of the pre-market highs, and when I got in, I was in with too much damn size. So when I got in, it went against me, and then I cut the loss. It was like a $550 loss, and the next thing you know, it came back. So I was like, okay, I analysis was right. Got in again and it pulled back. And it fucking wiped me quick. And then 15 minutes later, this thing's screaming up 100 points. I mean, it was there. Like, that was the play. It was just too much fucking size for the morning, you know? And that was it. So now I pissed away. Yeah. So I pissed away 2 days worth of gains there. Those two accounts are still positive, but damn it. I wanted to take a fucking payout on it, man. I should have. I told myself last night, let's just take this payout and let's bring the balance down 1,000. I was going to take 1,000 each account, just 1,000. And then that would have put me where I'm at now. So now I basically am down 1,000, but I never got the fucking payout. So now I gotta go. I gotta rebuild it back up, you know. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Elder's a beast, dude. Yeah, this guy's a beast. Yeah, because it's almost like mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, on that it's the same one. I have tethered to my other Top Step one funded account. The first day was great. It went up 400. The next day, I did the same shit, hit the max loss. So now I'm chasing 400. The third day was great. Did like 900 bucks. So now we're back up, 900. Took it all the way to almost 2 grand, and then now here I go, gave it back another 1,000. It's because I'm getting too, like, I don't know, because the thing with the fundeds, for me, this is just from my experience, like from where I'm at, it's too damn like slow. I'm not talking about the price action, but slow, because I know when I trade options, if I could hit a $400 or $500 winner, $800 winner, I can take that money out if I want, right? Like, my account balance is set at a size where, I don't have to take a trade all week, and that's fine. And if I still want to take some money out, I'll take some fucking money out. But the thing with the futures is, it's like, I gotta jump through these fucking hoops, and I gotta, like, make a certain amount. I gotta wait for a payout. I gotta hit 5 days of 200 or whatever the fuck. So I'm just trying to get through all of that way too fast. It's just way too fast. And then just managing so many of these stupid accounts, that's another thing, right? You have a great day on one, and it's like, I left, 3 of them sitting there, didn't do nothing on them. So it's like, now you got to catch up again, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, but again, just fucking go slow. Just go slow. A few $100 a day. Let the days add up. It's the same narrative. The story hasn't changed. Just the characters. That's it. Yeah. Here's an active 20 SMA played to the long side. Oh shit. Yeah. I'm going around again here with all these stupid screens. Okay, let's Hey, Eller, you see Dakota took another max day loss again today? No, another 9 grand or something. So he took his 130K payout yesterday, bringing that account balance to 100. That's where he's going to keep it at. He took the max loss yesterday of 10, I think, 10 or 9 or 10, whatever his max is, and then today he fumbled the bag again. They all fumbled the bag again early. I was in on that stupid wave as well. I mean, I fumbled the bag early too. The thing is everyone, we all got super aggressive off the open trying to catch this momentum, and it didn't work. Like the best play was either sizing down small and allowing that move to like work out in your favor, or just kind of waiting for that initial, balance, that initial, 30 minutes to an hour get settled, and then boom, you had a beautiful play coming out of it. But trying to catch that volatility in the morning fucked everyone. Yeah, I know. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even if someone did get, scared out of their fucking boots on that and clicked the sell button, took a loss, you would have had a beautiful setup that came right after that. Just get back in and ride the damn thing. Yeah, that was the smart play. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. The chat's been pretty quiet today, but yeah. Yep. Yep. That's the thing, because once that initial move, like that initial one or two moves goes, then it's kind of like everyone gets stuck. Oh shit! Well, I can't buy the high. I gotta short it, and then you short it and you get trapped, and then you get trapped, and then you buy the high, and then it pulls back on you. So the super hard trending days, when you look on paper, this looks like a most beautiful day. Why didn't we take for me, the Pacific time, why didn't we take the 710, 715, 20 SMA play, set the hard stop, set the minis in there? As long as we didn't close below the 20, right? We'd still be in this fucking trade. We'd still be in this trade. But it's like, that's in hindsight, right? I mean, all that shit looks great in hindsight. It's hard to see it, later, when it's happening. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah. They were talking about that a lot. It's like, I don't know. This thing just came up here and tested all-time highs and broke all-time highs. Mm, so the range on this 20 SMA is 13 points. The ATR is sitting at around 15. It's looking a little weak here at the highs. Obviously, everyone knows, yeah, market needs to pull back. I get it. I'm in the long here. One mini contract, it's up 35 bucks. We're probably going to use the reason why candle as a stop. So if it is a full loss, it's probably going to be close to a $200 to $250 loss. 13 points above 905 is going to put me at what? Who's good at math? 25s? 26s? Something like that. So maybe if I do... Maybe I look for 10 points on this thing. If I get up $200, maybe cut the position. Then at that point, I feel like if I cut the position at breaking the high of day, this thing's going to scream up fucking 50 points. But we'll see here. We'll see how it reacts. Current play is up 120 on this 20 SMA play. I really want to sell here at closer to the 928. I don't really want to get caught in a pullback. Let's see what it does here. Kind of stalling out here around these highs. Gonna really, yeah. Yeah. If we, I don't know if it's gonna break, but I mean, again, I'm gonna sell this position and it's gonna break for 20. You know, that's the way it goes, right? So yeah, yeah. Guys, I'm just gonna lock in those gains there. 90 bucks on that single contract there. I just don't like how it's not getting the momentum. But now that I'm out, everyone who's still in, have fun as it rides up. Because it's gonna go now. There it goes. There it goes. So you're welcome to everyone out there. You're welcome. Fucking too impatient. I should have waited 20 more seconds and I would have caught what I wanted to catch off that. From 905 to 930, that was more than the 10 points down. Okay. Then that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, right? So it's like those plays like that have been getting me. So where I'm in heavier size, right? I'll be in bigger size than that, and it's kind of going up. It's in profit, and then it kind of back test a little bit, and it's like, fuck, I can't really hold this anymore. I got to get out, and then boom, it pops. So that's just all that issue is just too much size to not see the move through. You know, it's too much size to not see the move through. So again, it's the lesson yet again. Trade size where you can see the entirety of the move or get stopped out. There is no ifs, ands, or buts in between. Did you buy them? Yeah, great. Great. Congratulations. There it goes. Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. Fucking 38s. Fucking missed it. What an absolute shit show. Yeah, what a shit show. Even that 10-point break from 28 of the highs to 39 was 10 points. That was $200 on that single mini that I had, which would have probably been $300, $400. What an absolute joke. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because typically that first move puts in that pop and then pulls right back. Yeah. It's like, so it's almost like you want to be in there before that move happens, but if you're wrong, look out. You know, but yeah. Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah, gone, hibernating. I mean, these guys just did not show up at all. Yeah. Yeah, we broke that already. That's why yeah, that's what makes it so hard, because like we got nothing to go off of now. This thing could just float, you know, with no real level to kind of look at to go off of. Oh, that's shift, man. Shift is playing that shit. No, he could. I don't know what time frame he's playing, but yeah, it could definitely be off hour candles. He could be playing the 5 minute too. Yeah, you can be playing the 1 minute. I mean, you're gonna find fair value gaps in any time frame. I don't know what time frame he's playing. I know he's playing the smaller time frames though. Okay. Okay. Yeah. If we get a pull, yeah. See, I've got support down in the 50s and 60s as well. Again, I don't know if it's a fair value gap or not. I don't even know how to find those things. But what I'm saying, like me and like well, I was giving him a bunch of shit because he was all on that ICT kick for a while. And you know, he found some success trading that way and kind of correlates that with 20s and all this other crap that we do. And I was like, great. And then so he was like giving me levels. I'm like, okay, cool, that's my 10. Okay, cool, that's this. Okay, cool. I'm like, hey, at least we see the same shit. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna take a short here. I'm gonna use 939 as a stop, high of day. So I'm giving myself 10 points of stop. Again, very risky play here because the way that it's been working. They continue to push higher. So again, fresh eval account, treating it as a $20 trade. Here we go again. Hot air balloon just continues to float. This guy on Top Step talking about if buyers are going to take over. Have they not taken over at all-time highs? Have they not taken over already? What are we talking about? They're already in control here. Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about it. It won't be long. Yeah, that's possible too. It's possible as well. I don't know what these guys want to do today. Mm. Mm-hmm. That's probably the story of a lot of people out there today. Mm-hmm. Yo, yeah, don't follow me. I'm all over the fucking place today. I'm just taking trades so everyone else can go against me and make money. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. 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 A couple years ago, I had that spell for a while. Every time I wanted to go long or short, I'd just go the opposite. Yeah, I mean, I still lost. Yeah, I still lost. So I should have just stuck to my original plan. I don't know why the hell it does that sometimes. Sometimes you got that streak where you don't see it right, right? It's like right now, it's because it's like the thing is like you know that this market needs to pull back. You know it does, right? I mean, but it's not giving you much though. It's not giving you much, and it's just continuously floating higher. And it's like it's so hard to buy long because when you do, it gives you that little pullback. So then it's like it's stopping you out on the on just a bigger wave. But realistically, you have to just look at the market for what it is. As long as it's over this 20, as long as it's not taking out a previous swing high, you've got to just ride the trade um to the side that it's going. I'm waiting for a candle close. So if we close, yeah, I'll be out. You know, sometimes it bites me in the ass because it goes up 10 more points, but I gotta see the close. Mm. The only thing about that daily candle is I can see a few days of inside bar trading where it's just kind of going back and forth, consolidating. It's like we took out all the range for the next 3 days with this move today. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That big warning sign came on that daily chart when we had that aggressive flush into the daily 50-day moving average. So since reclaiming the 50-day moving average back on the 6th of last month, so literally a month ago, we put in a high and then we wicked down on the 31st. The 31st, we had an aggressive sell-off into the 50-day moving average and then it punched higher. That was that. Hey guys, this is your back test. Long-sided bias here. Be long-sided because this is getting ready to rip. And in the last 2 trading days there, we kind of just tested that channel, that 10-day moving average on a daily. We tested it twice, and there was nothing above it as far as supply until today's, or until the all-time highs. And sure as shit, they did it in one day. But again, when you're watching the small time frames, doesn't look that way. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I don't have anything to go off of up here. I got a Bollinger Band on the daily at 39. So actually no, it's higher than that. Let me see. I gotta zoom out. Yeah, I've got this Bollinger Band at 19.1. So 19,100. I've got this Bollinger Band that's just expanding to the north side there. I mean, if we look at the weekly chart, this is barely setting up for a weekly breakout. So it's been this is the 3rd week, 3 weeks of consolidation. We're finally confirming. It just looks like a full-on breakout now. Like that's barely starting. Insane. Just keep on buying it. Since the 20 SMA long, its power trended off this 5. Well, '40s, 940s, 942. Bollinger Band's kind of opening up on a 5-minute time frame. Looks like we're just kind of picking up more buyers to float here. And I'm assuming that once it does pop previous candle, it's going to go up a little bit. It's going to shake out all the people who are short using high of day as a stop, like myself. So again, even though like this is an evaluation, this is demo, you have like the people who are out there trading, you know, big lots, big numbers, their max pain's got to be high of day, right? Because why would you want to be short if it's going to put in a new high? So it's going to force those shorts out of those positions, and you're going to see that next push. And that's kind of why it just keeps doing it, because it just, you know, the market keeps repeating that cycle. It just keeps shaking out those shorts, shaking out those guys who are shorting. Yeah, for shits and giggles, take a look at these contracts that I was in. So I was in the 1195s. And those contracts are trading at $3,200 each, right? And I had them at, where is it at? Yeah, what is that thing selling at? These things are up $1,000 a contract since I got out. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Gotta love it. Mm-hmm. That's it for me. No, that was it. That was it. We gotta see if we can find something else now. The 43s, that was that Bollinger Band. Now that Bollinger Band's just rising up to the 45s, 46s. I'd expect to see one more here. Like pretty decent. Let's see. It's insane. I mean, every hour candle is green. When has that V-shaped recovery been happening? Has it been the last 2 hours or the last hour? Wouldn't that be nice? Just imagine that, get this thing to fall down. Okay. No. Gonna do it, right? We're really we're really not getting a whole lot of follow through here on these like breaks of highs. It's just kind of breaking, trickling, breaking and trickling. I'd like to see some type of blow off though, like break these 40s, go up maybe 10, 15 points, and then like a wick down. And that kind of like, okay, exhaustion. Let's get the profit taken going. Maybe we pull back a little bit. But the way it's grinding like this, I need to see a little something. Nice. We got any sellers stepping in on this tape? Or there's nothing there? I don't know. What do we... Looks like we've got some sitting up at the 50s. So I could see them sweeping. You said that earlier too, no? Something about 50s? Yeah. They could sweep this 50 and then that be it. Let's see what this new high does. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have you guys coming through. Yeah. Yeah, one of the first times when I started doing it, someone was like, "Who the fuck are you talking to?" I'm like, "No, nobody." Yeah, me and Biggs used to sit on here talking all sorts of shit, dude. People were probably tripping out. I know, dude. Yeah, Biggs is telling me story times about, you know, when he was playing in the league and where he was, what he was doing. I was like, holy shit, these people are probably going crazy. See if we get a back test here into the 28s. I know there was some buyers sitting at 28 exactly, and that was at that last breakout. So if those buyers don't step in here at 28, right, this is where you're expecting buyers to step in and push this up through the new high of day to potentially sweep 50s. If they break below 28 and these sellers can clean up all those buyers at 28, I'm looking for 22. And then anything below 22, then we could be talking about there's that big drop. But notice how when we came right down to that 28, immediately bought up. So those buyers were sitting right there. Yep, those buyers are sitting right there. So are you in long? There you go. Yeah, there you go. Elder, how close are you to passing any more of these evals? Yeah, that's true. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, with Apex, yeah, it's better just to cancel and catch the next big sale. Sometimes with Top Step, because I don't release a lot of those sales like that, like some of those people have $19 deals that are just going to be like that, or $4.50 when they ran those ones. So I know we got a couple people that grabbed 5 of them when they ran them for $4.50. Shit, at that rate, just keep the damn things until they eventually all get passed. There you go. Yeah. Top Step ran a deal one time when they released, I don't know, I think it was, they had a deal for $4.50. Yeah. Yeah, it's the deals you get with Top Step, you kind of want to keep them because their normal price is $50. Yeah. With Apex, yeah, fucking churn and burn those things. Oh, which ones did you have? 19 $19 ones? Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah. Were you careful today? There you go. Yeah. Yeah, no shit. Mm-hmm. A lot of buyers in the 20s there. That's insane. That'd be nice. What's that? Oh, fuck. Yeah. Did you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, I've been there before. This 20 SMA is slowly rising into this 28 spot that they held. And that spot got tagged my time 1040. It also got tagged 1050. So if that gets back tested again, you know, previous resistance, new support. But if it breaks that though, then there's going to be that opportunity going into the close for that bigger flush. If it holds, look out. It'll bounce and those 40s will get taken out and they will definitely tag those 50s. Again, to all those people out there who are looking to buy, you know, it's kind of hard to buy up top here. You need a little bit of a pullback. You know, anything in the low 20s might be that opportunity to try to bounce this a little bit here. So definitely if you can kind of get a sweep into the lower 20s, might be that spot where you can find that buying opportunity to do the bounce. But There's that high of daybreak, guys. Let's see if we can sweep the 50s. See if we get those 50s push here, guys. Yep. Mm-hmm. See if we get that run into the 50s, guys. Woo. This market's wild. $19.50 the high here. Again, they continue to push this market up, floating higher. To those out there, because there's still some people listening out there, to those people who are still trying to pick the top and get that short position, dangerous, right? You should be looking for a little bit of a pullback and try to go long, but high of day has to be your stop. Like you cannot stay short if this breaks 950s. You got to get out. Again, I'm just speaking, throwing a blanket out there to anyone that is listening who is pissed off that the market is running higher. And another thing that I hear a lot on time frames like this, or on times like this, is people, say, I can't believe they're buying the market. I can't believe they're buying the market. Who's buying at all-time highs? This, that, and the other. Guys, none of that means anything. Like, it doesn't mean anything. You not being able to believe that they're buying the market means nothing, right? What the market is worth is what they're buying it at, is what they're selling it at, is what the current price action is. Whether the dust settles tomorrow, next week, and this market pulls down 100 points, 200 points is another story for another day. As of right now, you are having people and definitely bigger lot traders who are trying to short tops, and they're getting squeezed, and they're shorting the top and it's getting squeezed. So that's why you're getting this. That's what a trend day is. So all a trend day is that fight between buyers and sellers, where the sellers or buyers, depending on which way the trend is going, is losing, right? So right now those short sellers are losing the battle, and that's why it just slowly grinds higher. You take that short, it gets ran, market grinds up higher. Take the short, it gets ran, market moves up higher. So when you have more buyers in the tape than sellers, is definitely when you get those trending days to the upside. You know, and looking for that one big candle to just wipe everything out is tough, because there's not enough sellers in the tape that trust the move, right? That trust the move. So like these 950s as a stop, if anyone took that for a scalp, this is where you want to take your profits, right? You want to take your profits there, or scale, at least sell something and move a stop loss to break even, and then continue to ride the trend if it's going to reverse trend at all. But the thing is that each one of these little pullbacks is just picking up more buyers, and then it puts in a new high, right? And then when it puts in that new high, short sellers get shaken out, and then it moves up a little higher. So in order for sellers to have any kind of staying power, it needs to stay below 1950. If it does not stay below 1950, you know, you can expect the market to continue to drift. But if you're one of those trying to catch the falling knife people, well, if you are lucky enough to be in on the right candle, because that's all it is, it's just pure luck at this point. We don't know if this candle is going to be the one to continue to go down or not. If you are lucky enough to be on it, well, at least do yourself a favor and take something off the table and hold half size, or move stop loss to break even or something, right? Like what I have here is that original breakout where we had a lot of buyers stepping in at around the 20s, the 28s. That's kind of correlating with the rising 20-day moving average. So we're playing within that 20-30 point range here. Mm-hmm. 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 But again, to everyone right now who's trying to buy the dip, they're looking for this opportunity to start stepping in here. That's the only problem that we keep running into. And we keep running into that problem all day. I know. Yeah, I know. I think some profit taking would have to happen sometime, right? Come on. Come on. Come on. There it is. There's an eval. There's another eval pass. Dude, too many. Too many from the up there in the 40s. Again, if anyone was short that little washout, look, if you guys are watching my screen, wherever the hell you guys are watching at, look at where it bounced off of. That green line, that 28s, that's where they were sitting. That 20 SMA, that's where they were sitting. So I mean, again, you know, just these squiggly lines on a chart, yeah, they're squiggly lines, yeah, they're just trend lines, but these are where pockets are. These are where areas of people are looking to buy and sell. So, you know, if things break down, did you catch that? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, super fast. I had this, I, yeah. I have in chat on YouTube, Bullish Bombshell says the trend is done. So Bullish Bombshell is waiting for the short. You know, I mean, this is so ridiculous today. This is so ridiculous. That marks the, what is this? That's one eval passed. Two apex. So that's two. Oh, I have a fucking fresh one here. I didn't trade today. Okay. Two. There's one blown. Okay. Let's go. I got one fresh one here. I didn't know I had it. Let's go. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Yeah, but yeah, there are those buyers again. The arrows plotted on my chart are just any time price action closes over or under the 20 SMA. Two. Four. It's 4 past evals today, 1 blown, and 1 open. That's where we're at. 4 past, 1 blown, 1 still open. Bullish Bombshell says, get your seatbelts on. It looks like it wants to bounce. You're telling me the trend is done. This looks like it wants to bounce. Are you short? You better be short. You're telling me the trend's over. You better be short. Yeah. Look at that. That's it. That account got blown. Thanks, Bombshell. We blew that account. Trend is not over. So okay, so 4 past today, 2 blown. She said she's pat, or she said she's short. But trading what size here? I feel like you're fucking with me. Because you were short 30 contracts earlier and that shit ripped. So what size account are you on that you're not getting blown out? Because I was in 10 contracts and that bounce just going to add more here. Listen to this, Elder. Going to add more shorts. So I'm still curious. I keep asking the question. A lot of chit chat here, but not telling me what size accounts you're on. It's got to be 250s, right? Has to be, right? I'm assuming it has to be 250s just to get that drawdown. Yeah, yeah. I see the opportunity for the short. I see the opportunity. Let's load on this bounce. And then when we get the flush, you're going to really get paid. I see that play. I see that. But, oh, you're trading micros. Gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah. I see that. I see that potential there. I'd like to see it flush for you too. I was hoping that it was going to come now. So if we do get that flush, I'd like to see it lose these 20s, especially right here at this 28. We start losing this 28 level, we definitely got some potential down. And I can definitely give you some more levels that I see here. You know, next major one would be around 19,010. And you're trading the MES. So you're trading the S&Ps. Gotcha. So 19,010 is what I could see there. And if I pull up, let's pull up the ES for you so we could see what the hell you're looking at. Okay, so that chart's looking a little different. Yeah. So that plays breaking down below the 20. That looks a little bit more like that trend is starting to crumble. So it makes sense. A lot of sellers in the tape over there on S&Ps. 5350s I'm looking at. 5350s as support if you can get that another 7 points maybe. Again, just be careful. Be careful. They've been buying off this area. Such a stupid day. Hmm. If we definitely crack down below those 20s on the NASDAQ, you know, we've got that space down to 910. You take some on that? Going short? Yeah, there you go. Well, fuck, you cut a nice bounce. Look at it. It's back up to all time, back up to these highs here at 50s. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, this shit'll drive you nuts. This shit'll drive you nuts. So how many contracts did you put on the table? Yeah, great. So you had six minis on the table there. Hell yeah. How much did you make on that? Nice. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah. Guys, there's the break of the 50s. So again, revamp, you're talking a lot here in the YouTube chat. I know I'm not answering all the questions, but I can answer a couple of them. So again, what's my reason for looking for, what was it, signal for reversing? So when we put in the highs at 1950, right? You see that little bit of a doji candle. You see it's like kind of like got a little wick on both sides there, and then the next candle fails to take out high of day. So immediately from there, being up this much, again, if we're only up 40-50 points, I'm not fucking looking at it. But being up 300 plus points here, we get this little bit of an exhaustion move here. Could be signifying that there's a short-term change in trend, right? Where maybe buyers are getting a little bit tired here because they're not really pushing up through high of day. When the following candle starts turning red with a failure to take out 1950 and it starts to crack below that little doji candle, I have room into the 20 SMA. That's where I got that short, right? So again, stupid size here, playing evals. Like I said, funny money, we're gonna hammer this thing. So we put on 10 contracts into the 20 SMA. As it starts to break the 20 SMA, I scale a little bit off. And then once it starts to wick back up and I feel that it's losing momentum there, where we're coming into those 28s where buyers were sitting at previously, you've got to get out of the position, right? The new short would have been when we close below the 20 SMA and you get a following candle to confirm that. Then that could be telling you that maybe this uptrend is starting to get broken. Now, we had a person that you guys can't hear who the hell I'm talking to, but I'm talking to a lot of the guys, some of the guys in my Discord. They took this bounce off the rising 20. Again, we've got two areas of confluence. If you kind of go back, if you're looking at my chart here and you're looking at this high, you're looking at this high, right? These two highs here, previous area of resistance, once it got broken, it's going to be looked at as an area to backtest as support, right? Makes sense. So if we don't confirm any closure below the 20 SMA, there is no break in trend. It's just a perfect buying opportunity for these guys to ramp this SOB back up towards highs. And if they can get through, break and put in a new high. And that's exactly what happened, right? Now, again, whether you're taking part in that, I don't know. I only took part in one part of it. I didn't take part in the bounce, right? I got back in short below the 20 SMA with anticipation because Bombshell told me that we were going lower. Joke, right? I'm just joking. I don't care what anyone says, but I'm just saying maybe if we got a little bit of a flush there and then it just stopped me out, right? It stopped me out once we closed back over the 20. That's completely fine. So that's a $20 loss there. So no harm, no foul. But that's how I'm reading the action. Now, again, this is a chart that you guys can see on my screen, okay? Because it's clean and it's clear. But if I take everything off and I go to the other chart that I have sitting on the side, again, I don't post this because people start getting dizzy, right? So you start getting dizzy. This is the main chart that I'm using to kind of manage my trades once I'm in them, okay? So this chart here, I call it the big boy chart. It's got every moving average on there that you can think of. So if we look at the trend, this purple line is our rising 20-day moving average. So the strategy that I'm changing is a change in trend strategy. So when we close below the 20 SMA, I'm looking for that reversal into the next area of demand, which would be the 50 SMA, sitting down here at 19,010. That's why I kept saying if we get below that, maybe 19,010 is the next support. Okay, yeah, of course, yeah, you're gonna get dizzy. That's why I don't put it on the screen. Be careful. So, but when I'm in a trade, like, so for example, when I took that short position, well, I can see us breaking down below the 5 and 10-day moving average, which is your short-term power trends. Okay, so once we start breaking down below those short-term power trends, that's my signal for reversal. As long as we're not breaking high of day, we can trade into the 20 SMA and take profits there. So again, that's the whole reason. But if we're looking at the overall trend, right, because that's just talking about catching a scalp on a pullback. We're not saying that this market's going to drop 300 points into the close. We're just trying to catch a scalp because it's kind of hard to keep buying new high of days. I would be more interested in some type of trend trade to the short side if we close below the 20 SMA. Then my bias might change. You got hit with an AD, not me, dizzy. I don't know what that means. What's AD? I don't know what that means. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm curious to know where Bombshell's at. So we pull up the ES here, I mean, you're averaging into these micro contracts. How is that chart looking? Let's pull it up. Oh, an ad. An ad turned on. How the hell do I turn ads off? Delay ads. Insert ad. Huh. Okay. So, anyways, you know, well, I guess if you guys got hit with an ad, that 5-minute rant got cut off. Sorry. 53.61 highs we put in here. I'm curious to know what happened to Bombshell. You know, we staying safe out there, or what the hell happened here? Oh, stop that city. Okay, so you keep shorting. You keep shorting. I'm curious to know what is the P&L today, Bombshell, on this account, because like, well, if you're looking for shorts and you're continuously getting stopped out, what is the reason why you have not flipped to buying the bounce? Just curious. So no continuation of breaking out on ES. And I got the stupid ES chart up. No continuation here over 53.61. Now this is breaking down below the 20 SMA. If it can close there and confirm, maybe you got room to 53.50s. Again, this is the first little bit of a lower high that we're putting in here on off of a pullback. You put your contra in today. I got you. Well, I hope this works out for you, because, you know, again, I agree with you that the market does need to pull back, but sometimes we don't get what we want. But hopefully right here we can get this a little bit of a push. I'd like to see it push into 50s for you. Low 50s at least, right? 50s if not. I'd be looking for 53.52 and then 53.50. If it goes anything below that, then that's a hell of a trade. Same thing for you guys on the NAS. What do you guys got going on the NAS here? So on the NASDAQ, we haven't lost a 20 SMA like we have on the S&Ps. I have a feeling you guys might be able to catch a short here into like 1910 if it starts to give way. But again, just be careful. Just be careful, you know? I agree with that, but just fucking be careful. Are these funded accounts or these evals? I hope they're evals. But listen to what Elder, are you listening to this guy on Top Step? I think it's Dakota talking. Dude, what is he? He said, here's that close to the 20. He said, I wonder if we're gonna get that end of day rally, that squeeze that we've been getting the last 2 days. It's completely different than what we'll do. it's not the same trend. It's not the same anything as what we've been seeing for 2 days. And he's a good trader too. So to say that, I'm just curious. Like I'm telling you, the last couple of days, the last few days, it definitely has people thinking off their rocker. Like because we haven't been used to this kind of price action in a while. Guys, here's that 20 SMA break. What do you mean end of day squeeze? Now, I mean again, anything can happen. Of course we can squeeze up and put in a new high, but it really wouldn't be a squeeze when all day we've been going higher. The comment should have been, I wonder if sellers step in and they start to push down, like, and they start to reverse this market into the close. I could see that. Huh. I'm always trying to pick up on what these other traders see and think. Nice. Yeah, that move might almost be to jump it now, but like jumped it as it broke through the 20 to get early on it. It takes out 25. I'm pretty confident we see 15. Double test of 25. They take that out, maybe into 15. I just hope for the sake of everyone who's been waiting for this flush that they don't trap. There it is. There it is. Let's get the 15s going here. That Bollinger Band really crept up to 17. See that? That's the shit I'm talking about. Like that's that soak that I'm talking about. All those people waiting for, we're gonna get the end of day flush, and then they wicked you so quick, and then it sprung. It's got to, yeah, it's got to. Look at that. They just trapped everyone. Did you get? Oh yeah. Did you short that or get trapped or anything? Uh-huh. Good, good. I was hoping you didn't get trapped. See, so for our guys that are listening in our room, because again, the people on YouTube, I don't know, they come from all different walks of life, but that 20 play, like why I was trying to say it's almost better we get it right through the 20 and then hope it confirms and then be able to take on the confirm, because look at look at what it did when it started to confirm. It just wicked down right into that rising Bollinger Band, and then it trapped everyone. It just sucked everyone in. What it's been doing all day long. Yeah, it did it all day long. That's why on that type of play, either I'm taking the break and just trying to grab whatever green I can, get in, get green on the break of the 20, because I'm almost too hesitant now to get the confirmation into that rising support on an uptrend, because we're going way against the trend there with not enough space. So to everyone who's out there listening on YouTube, like, going against the trend fucking sucks. You know, it's tough, but I mean, again, it's how we think. I mean, look at it. They pushed it all the way to high. They pushed it all the way to high. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, even the plays. If I just look, yeah, bombshell. You got stopped out again. I mean, I I know. It's like I see the thought process, but see, like in all seriousness, right? Because again, this shit happens to everyone, right? You're not the only fucking person. This happens to a lot of people. The thing is, like, I get the thought process of, yes, money has to change hands. Yes, it looks like it needs to come down. Yes, I get it. You know, I get it. I get it. But it's like, is it your bias that is that strong? I mean, new highs. I mean, look at this shit. It's new highs. Is your bias that strong to where it's not letting you go long? Because if that's the case, in all honesty, you're trading on tilt is all you're doing. You're tilted and you're not letting go of that bias. Yeah, it's like I'm smarter than the market, and I know that one of my plays that I'm going to take is going to eventually pay out, and it's going to eventually be the one where I make all my money back. And then, yeah, and that's how you get stuck in that hamster wheel. Now, again, did I go short today? 1000%. But on every pullback, again, I blew 2 accounts. Okay, I blew 2 accounts. Both of them were going short. But I also passed 1 eval going short, and I passed 2. I have to look now. It might be 3 going long. The point that I want to make is on the short setups that I took, I knew there was a 95%, 90% chance I'm probably going to get stopped out. Either I'm going to get stopped out because it's going to take up a new high and I have to live with that, or I'm going to pass an account with the size that I was trading. Again, be mindful of that. Just trading ridiculous size on evals. If it was a normal, like trading normal size on a funded account, then maybe I have to be okay with just taking that little bit. Like even if it's $100 trade, take that $100 and that's what the market gave me, and then look for the bounce again on the longs because that's the trend. But you're a perma bear at heart. So yeah, so again, if you're like, that's why with trading, and I used to deal with this a lot with people who are trading options, is that you have perma bulls that never believe that it's always a buy the dip opportunity. Okay, great. But what about when macro wise we lose the 50-day moving average? Now the market environments have changed. We cannot be a perma bull. It's not a bull market anymore trading below the 50-day moving average. So so many people had so much trouble coming out of COVID and lockdown in 2022 when that buying the dip shit didn't work anymore. The same thing for the bears, right? The perma bears. Yeah, you might take a long trade here or there, but you're always kind of looking for that rejection. You're always looking for that rejection. Now, in a day where we're not trending up almost 2% and 400 points, I get it. When the market's up or down 50 points, 100 points, yeah, you might be able to catch those reversals. You might be able to catch those reversals where you can get your pockets. But on a hard trending day like this, when you do take those shorts at high of days or losing, a little mini support, you got to just take the quick move that the market gives you and then look for the bigger move back with the trend. Because each pullback going back, and on this chart, going back to around 10 o'clock this morning, which is almost 3 hours ago for me here in California, every time we swept or came into the 20, it bounced. It swept the 20, it bounced. It swept the 20, it bounced. It swept the 20, and it bounced. So for those of you guys who maybe are on YouTube who see some of my videos about, easy strategy for whatever, right? Trading futures, 5-minute, the 20 SMA strategy. It's a very simple little method to enter and sell trades. That whole system is built off of buying and shorting change in trends in the market. And when the market is trending, it's going to respect the 20 SMA. Today was the perfect case in point. So I'm sure the person's not listening here live, but there was a person who commented talking shit about what's the 20 all about? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Well, here's my fucking point. The 20 is relevant, so is the 50, so is the 200. Why don't I play the 50 then? Because it doesn't fucking touch the 50 when the market is trending. It touches the 20, So again, guys, I mean, you don't have to trade my way, and you don't have to respect what I do. I mean, it is what it is. Everyone can trade how they want. I'm just trying to give my best advice to like stay as realistic as possible and try to stay as calm as possible and take the market for what it is, right? Again, I don't win every day. I also lose trades, you know, so does everybody. But we eventually have to get to a point where just respect what price is doing. I get it, over or overbought or this, that, and the other. No. The market is not overbought until the market decides that it's overbought. So when is that? Well, that's when the market is overbought. When you start breaking through some prior swing lows, some demand zones, some significant moving averages. You know, it sucks, but that is what it is, right? Price is always king. We're stupid, all of us, everyone in here, dumb. We have no idea what the fuck's going on half the time. It's just about controlling the risk. Control the risk, control the risk, control the risk. Now, again, this is a big disclaimer because again, since I got blown out this morning, I traded a lot of evals. I passed some evals. These evaluation accounts will not be traded with the 10 minis. It won't be traded with 5 minis. That's stupid. It's a $50,000 account. Hence, it's only a $2,500 account. There's not enough drawdown in there for me to almost even trade 2 minis, let alone like 1 if I'm really bad and wrong on a. They will get traded between 3 to 5 micro contracts until I get up over that initial balance and then build a profit. That's it. That's it. Need advice, Tony. I'm on tilt. Lost 2 accounts. What does that say? Lost 2 accounts. 9. Just want to play 1 up and 1 down. Fuck it. Well, bullish bombshell is shorting again. I don't know if someone's fucking with me. This is not real, right? There's a minute left. There's a minute left. What the heck's going on here? What the hell's going on here? There was 10 seconds left of the market and we're going short. Again, this is YouTube, this is social media. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own thought process. But I'm going to tell everyone what was going on in the live chat with this continuation of the short is absolute fucking tilt to the 1000th power. I hope that they're all evaluation accounts and you're just trying to pass them in one and done. But if not, I don't know what the heck is going on here. And also why, again, this will go out to people on YouTube because people on YouTube love this type of shit. Why do people charge to get into their discords? Why do people charge to get into their communities? To stop a bunch of people with their doing dumb shit like that. Okay? Because if I was to open up my Discord 100% for free, I'm going to get 1,000 different strategies, 1,000 different biases. And do you know how bad that would affect someone else's trading? Every 10 minutes, someone's saying, I'm going short again, and they're getting blown out. I'm going short again, I'm getting blown out. People are going to follow that type of activity, and it's going to really be bad. Again, I'm being hard because I'm being hard on this particular person because I learned a very long time ago, you can run your head into a brick wall 1,000,000 times. That brick wall's not going anywhere. Okay. So it's not until you completely like release everything that you think as far as personal bias and just accept the fact of what the market gives you, size down accordingly, and just try to accept the day's loss. You're not going to be right 100% of the time. You're not going to be right every single day. And what's going to screw things up, and this is what I used to see a lot, especially during the pandemic and COVID trading with a lot of traders, they're wrong, they're wrong, they're wrong, they're wrong. Uh-oh, I'm short now. Now I'm right. See, told everyone. It's just like the people who were saying, I bought the dip. Well, you're wrong. You should get out of trade. Nope, this is coming back. I'm adding more size. You should get out. This is not the right move. You're down thousands of dollars. Next thing you know, you held the position for a month and it came back. That doesn't mean that you were right. It doesn't mean that you were right. You were wrong on the initial move. You were wrong on the initial move and you didn't want to accept it. So you kept dollar cost averaging down and it eventually came back for you. Sure. The stock market has told us for 100+ years, if you just continue to buy the dip, the stock market will go higher, right? Hence, today's a perfect example. Nasdaq's trading at all-time fucking highs, right? So anyone who's been investing for years and years and years, you would have made money. Goes up. So that is what it is. But I'm out of here, guys. Again, to anyone who made money today, congratulations. It was an awesome day, trending day. To anyone who lost money today, figure out on a journal. And I think the best journal is none of this shit you have to pay for. It's grabbing a pen and pad and it's writing down your emotions on the day. What did you do wrong today? What can you do right? To leave you guys with my thoughts, what I did wrong today, I keep trading the opening range off the first 5 to 10 minute candles. Not doing that anymore, sitting out 30 minutes, waiting for the initial balance to get set, waiting for the opening range to get taken out, waiting for a trend to develop, and or wait for the range to develop so I can play the range properly instead of trying to time which side of the range is going to get broken and confirmed first. That's what I'm doing. Also, moving my stop loss on the funded accounts from Top Step to their stock $1,000 drawdown to a personal daily loss limit of 500. Right now I average $400 winning days, so I can't $300 to $400 on the winning days. That's based on my statistics. So what I can't do is have $1,000 loss day to make $300 to $400 because I don't want to put myself back another 2 to 3 days at a time. Again, my balance is still positive. I'm still going to live to trade another day. We passed 4 fucking evals today. It is what it is. The day goes on, right? This is trading, guys. We're not doing brain surgery here. We're not saving lives. We're not like Elder rescuing cats and old ladies from a burning house. So at the end of the day, you know, treat it for what it is, right, guys? I mean, yeah. So don't get so tied up in trading, especially if you're trading evals and you're trading these prop firms. It's not the end of the world. You're always gonna have another opportunity. For gosh sake, Apex runs $18 sales every other fucking day. It is what it is, guys. Time to go eat. Time to go play some golf. I'll see you guys all later. Dude, talk about what the